text, article with image, video, and also the posting on the company page. This all thing we are going to cover in today's video. So today's video will be divided into the three parts. In the first part, I'll show you how you can create your own LinkedIn app. In the second part, I'll show you how you can do the posting on the personal account. In third part, I will show you how you can do the posting on company page. And this video is not only for the n8n people. This video can be seen by any people, because in today's video we are going to cover with the API call as well as the LinkedIn node which n8n provides, so that you can customize your workflow however you want and not dependent entirely on the LinkedIn node which n8n provides. Hi, my name is Lakshit and I help people to automate their work that you're doing manually. So let's get started with the first part. So to first create the LinkedIn app, you need to go to this website developer.linkedin.com, and in the right hand side you can see my app. Just click on my app and you will be seeing the app which you will create over here. So I have already created the application, obviously for the testing purpose and everything. So I'm seeing over here, but for you, you can click on create app. Now just give any kind of a name over here. So I'll be giving n8n video demo. Okay. And now we'll be requiring the company page to work this properly. So let's go to my LinkedIn. So over here, as you can see, I have two companies over here, but you can create your own company. So let me get any of the company and view as a member. Then I'll take this link over here and I paste the link over here. So as you can see, this is my company over here. So now I need to paste the policy URL. It's the optional. It's okay if you don't provide, but we need to give the logo. So let me select the logo. Let's click over here and create app. So now our app has been created, but we need the products. So each app contains multiple products over here. So we'll be requiring the two products over here. So first product is kind of a share on LinkedIn, which will allow us to share on LinkedIn. So let's request that, agree, and request access. These are the product which we get instant access. So no need to worry over here. And we'll be requiring a sign in with LinkedIn. This product help us to sign in with the LinkedIn account which we have. Okay. So these are the two products which we can get instant access, but there are the other products which has more and more feature. For that, you have to raise the request to the LinkedIn people over there. Okay. But yeah, in this video, we'll be covering these two products and this will do a majority of the work over here. Okay, once we have added the product, now we need to verify the company page which we have given earlier. Okay, so for that we'll go to setting, and as you can see we have a LinkedIn page over here, but it is not verified. So we'll click on verify, and now we'll generate URL. Just copy this URL, open a new tab. Now it is verifying. Now this application that we created is verifying the page that we have. Okay, let's verify it. As you can see, it has been done. And now let's go back and see I am done and refresh it. As you can see, it has been verified. Now, once we have done the verification part, now it's time to go for the auth. Now we need to create our own access key. So we'll come over here. As you can see, OAuth 2.0. We'll click on this. Now we'll create a new access token. Let's create access token. And now we have this 4 scopes which we require. So we'll click on all the 4 scopes and click on this understand tool and request access. So now as we do sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, the same thing over here. We are signing in with our LinkedIn account, so that we are giving the access to our LinkedIn account. So this application can post using this kind of access token to our LinkedIn feed. Okay, let's copy this and keep it somewhere. Okay. So this access token is required for the API part, but for the LinkedIn node part, we'll be requiring something else. So I'll be coming to all that part later, because I'll be showing you which all data we require, but store this access token with you because we will be requiring this. Okay. So now let's go to n8n. So this is the workflow which we are going to build today. So I'm not going to build everything from the scratch because there is lots and lots of things over here. So I need to explain you each and every node properly. Okay. But if you want to download this workflow, what you can do, you can go to my school community. So you can go to my school community over here, click on classroom. Inside this, you can see there is a YouTube resource, click on that. And now in social media automation, we can see all type of LinkedIn post. Inside this, you can see there is a resource n8n template. Just download that. Come to the workflow, click on triple dot and import from file. You will see exact same thing over here. Okay, so let's start with it now. So as you know, trigger is something which starts the workflow. So in our case, we are keeping it manually so that we can manually start the workflow. And now we are setting up some of the variable which we'll be using ahead in different nodes over there. Okay, so this is the post type. Post type means which kind of a post we want to do. So as you can see over here, we have text post, we have article with image, we have image and video post over here. Okay, and then we have the kind of image URL, video. This could be any URL. You can bring your own image URL. You can bring your own video URL. This URL will be posting ahead. Okay. So once you have this thing, so we'll click on execute step. And as you can see, the variable has been set. And now we need the routing part. So according to the post type over here, so as you can see, according to the post type, let's keep it text over here. So according to the post type, we'll be doing the routing. Okay. So we need this kind of a switch over here. So we'll click on the plus icon. We'll search for switch and we have the switch route over here. Okay. So once you have that switch route, so inside that we need a mode as rules over here. Inside this, we need to have a switch part over there. Switch is nothing but it's kind of a routing. If this condition match, then go to this route. If this condition match, then go to this route. This is kind of a functionality of switch. Okay, so we need to get this post type information from our previous node configure post setting. Inside that we have this post type. So if I remove this, and you just need to drag and drop over here. So it is saying JSON, but JSON means it is the last node. In our case, it is true, but in future, if we change the position of this node to somewhere else, then this JSON won't work, because JSON always means that the last previous node over there. Okay, that's the reason we'll give the full node name. So full node name is kind of this only. It's kind of configure post setting dot item dot JSON post underscore type. Okay, and we are checking, is it equal to kind of text over here? Then we'll output the name is text. The output name is this part over there. Okay, so we'll just execute the step in the same way we have written for all the different post type. For article we have written, article image we have written, then image we have written, and then video we have written. Okay, let's execute it. And as you can see, we are going into the route of text over there. And now we need to have a if loop over here. I am showing you both the way, whichever way work for you, you can go with that. But this LinkedIn node has some limitation, which I'll be showing you ahead in the video. But to have a full flexibility and full control, we'll be using the HTTP node over here. Okay, in the variable part, we have one more variable, which is known as kind of a node type. Node type means which type of posting we need to do. So if I make it as HTTP, then we'll be going through the HTTP route. So if I execute step, as you can see, we have this thing. Let's execute this again. And now in the if loop, we are checking that what is the value of this node type. If it is equal to HTTP, then we'll go with the HTTP part over there. Let's execute this. And as you can see, we are going in the true branch and we are coming over here. And now we need to do the posting to LinkedIn. So in HTTP, we always see in all the case, this node will remain same. Okay, this node means I need to get my user information. So for that, we'll be calling this API over here. As you can see, we have this URL, and from where I'm getting this all the URL. So for that, let's go to our app. Inside the app, let's go to the product. Let's go my app, and we have this app n8n video demo. Then we have this product, and as you can see, we have this share on LinkedIn, and we have the endpoint as well as view docs. Let's click on view docs, and this is the documentation for all the posting which we are doing. So you can get all the information over here, but there are some information which is not mentioned over here, which I'll be sharing you. So stick to that. So as you can see, it is telling the API request to this. This is kind of posting part. But before that, we need the get URL. So this documentation contain all the information regarding the posting part. But before posting, if you come down, so this is kind of a sample post over there. As you can see, this is one of the ID. So to get this ID, we require this get method. So if I go to my LinkedIn, if I go to the n8n, and if I execute this step, as you can see, I'm getting this ID. This is the ID which we'll be requiring. Let me tell you how this works. So we'll be requiring a get method, which is kind of this method, and we'll be requiring the header auth, which we just created the access token. So for that, click on this authentication in a generic credential type. So for that, what we'll do, we'll click on the send header, and we need to write over here authorization, and then in the value we'll add bearer, and then paste the access token which we have. But this is not a good way to do. I'll tell you the two reasons. The first reason is because this is very open. So if I want to share, as I'm sharing this template with you, so if I do this thing, all the information will be shared with you as well. So it means that you are giving your own credential. If I don't want to share this, I have to come over here again and again and remove the value from here. And then I need to share it to you, which is not a good thing. And the second is kind of redundancy. So if I'm writing this thing over here, so as you can see how many times I'm using this HTTP node, this all the time I have to write this same thing, authorization, bearer, and access token, which is not the good thing as well. Okay, so the best method is, just close this, just click on the generic credential type, click on the header auth and create the new credential. So if I create the new credentials, I can write the same thing which you were writing over there, but we'll create the credential which can be used in all the HTTP node out there. Okay, so we'll write authorization, then let's write bearer, if I show you expression, and paste the API key which you have. And don't forget to give the proper name, because in future you might be having multiple credentials. You need to figure out which is the best credential. Okay, so let's close this because I have done already. So I'll close it. And as you can see, I have the LinkedIn access token. And now once we have this, I'll click on the access tab and we are getting the information. We require this information. Okay, so once we have that thing, so we'll come in the next part. And now we require this method as a post method. This is the URL which we'll be using. Same header auth we can use. As I told you, we can now use unlimited time. No need to write it again and again. Then we need to send the body. The content type will be JSON and the specific body will be using JSON. So if I open this, this is the format in which we write the body for this LinkedIn API. So as you can see in the author part, we are using this user ID from the previous node. Okay. And now this all thing will remain same. In the text part, whatever text you want to publish to the LinkedIn, just write over there. Media category will remain none and visibility will be public. Okay. And if I execute step now, as you can see, we got the success. And if I go to my LinkedIn, just now this post has been made. So as you can see, just now this post has been made. Congratulations. So you have done your first text post. Let me delete it because I don't want to show. Now, once we have done this thing, let's do the same thing with the LinkedIn node. So for that, let's come over here first. Let's change the name to node type as LinkedIn. Everything will keep the same. Execute this step. And now to have a LinkedIn node, let's run this. Let's run this if part. And now we are going over here. To have a LinkedIn node, click on the plus icon, search LinkedIn and you will get the LinkedIn node. Okay. Inside the LinkedIn node, we need to connect the credentials. So this credential is not same as which we did for the HTTP access part over them. This require a different credential. So for that, let's go to the application. And now in the product, we can see this page, go to auth. And now we have this client ID and primary client secret. So if I go to my n8n, if I create a new credential, be in the standard mode, then copy this kind of redirect URI. Let's copy it, go to our app. And as you can see over here, we need to replace this URI with this and update. And we are good to go. And now just copy this client ID and client secret. We'll paste the client ID over here and client secret. And now toggle off this organization support and legacy and connect my account. As you can see, it is got connected. For me, it got connected directly because I have done the connection earlier as well. For you, it might ask you to put the email ID and password for the LinkedIn account. Okay. So once this is done, don't forget to give a proper name. Okay. We'll close it and resource type will be post. Operation will be create. Post as will remain person. Person name will be LinkedIn name person. So this person name which we are getting is the same API which we call in our HTTP node, which was kind of a get API. So internally this node is doing the same thing which we are doing over here. Okay. And the text, write whatever you want to post it over there. And the media category will remain none because other type we'll see later, and do the execute step. As you can see, it has been done. Let's delete it. It has been deleted. It's good. Let's go to n8n. Now we are done with the text posting part. Next is kind of article posting. So for the article posting, we'll come to the configure post setting, mail name change to article. We want the node type as HTTP. Execute the step, run the router. Now we are over here. Let's run the if loop. We'll go to the HTTP part. First step will remain the same, getting the ID part. We got the ID. Now we need to post the article. Everything will remain same. Just from now onwards, only the JSON part will change. Rest all thing will remain same. Okay. So let's open it. This author is same. This is same. Text, you can change whatever you want. Okay. Share type is article. What does the article mean? So if I show you my LinkedIn account, this is what it means by article. You have some text over here. In the bottom, there is one of the link which you want people to see. This is kind of an article post, how it look like. Okay. So we have this article post. Original URL is a URL which the user wants to click and go over there. This title, it could be anything. Okay. And the visibility is public. And now if I execute the step, now it has been shared. If I go to over here and refresh, now as you can see, the post has been made. So if I click on this, the new tab is getting open. So this video is not okay. So this is working properly, but there is one problem over here. As you can see, this is kind of a plain kind of a link over here. But in the bottom part, you can see there is a good image over there. And beside that, there is something written. This is because of the thumbnail part. So let me delete this part. Okay. And now let's send the same thing with the LinkedIn node over here. So let's go to the variable part, change to LinkedIn, execute step. We'll come over here directly. Let's execute this part. And we are going to the false branch. And inside this LinkedIn node, we have already connected our account. We have a person is selected. In the now media category, now the article will be selected. In the description, you can write whatever description you want. The URL which we had over there, and the title is over here. So as you can see, all the information which we had put in the HTTP node are over here. Just remember, description is there, URL is there, title is there, and the text which we want to pass. If I go to my HTTP node and open the JSON, as you can see over here, text is there, description is there, URL is there, title is there. all the same thing as there, because internally LinkedIn node uses the API part only. That's the reason everything is same. Okay, so this is done. So now let's execute the step. Let's go to LinkedIn, refresh. So as you can see, it has been done. But there is a major difference between the below post and this post. As you can see, this below post has kind of a thumbnail over here, which this post doesn't contain. This is the major disadvantage of the LinkedIn node over here, because LinkedIn node does not contain any kind of a field called as thumbnail over there. Okay, so that's the reason we have the another post type over here, which is called as article with thumbnail posting. So for that, let's go to the variable. Let's write article underscore image, execute it. Let's directly come over here, routing part, and we're going inside the article image routing. And first step remains the same. And the second step, everything is same, just only one part, which is kind of a thumbnail key which we are adding over here. Thumbnail key take kind of a image URL over here, which image URL which we'll be using in the article post. So if I execute the step and if I do the refresh, so now as you can see, earlier post doesn't contain any kind of image, but this post contains the image. There's another video which I made on the Instagram automation, where I'm showing all the different kind of automation using kind of a reel, carousel, story, video. Okay, all in one video in the same type which I'm showing the LinkedIn video over there. If you know that video, this video will be in the I button. You will love that video. Okay, let's get back. Let me delete this. Yeah, so let's go back, and now we have seen the text post, article posting, and article posting with thumbnail posting over there. Okay, and now we are going with the image part. So the image and video is a bit different than this all posting, because in this all posting we are not uploading any kind of a thing. But with the image and the video, we need to upload the video first to the server, LinkedIn server, and then do the posting part. Okay, so first let's go over here. Let's first see how does the image posting work over there. So let me make this kind of a post type as image, node as kind of a HTTP. Let me execute. Let me come in the image posting over here. Let me run this if part. We are in the true branch. So now there are certain steps. First step is the same, just getting the information. Just execute the step. We'll get the sub part over here. First, now we need to register the upload. So for that, this is the kind of API which we'll be using. Okay, and inside the JSON part, if I show you, so we are using this recipe. Inside the recipe, you can see it is kind of a fit share image part. For the video, it will be fit share video. For the image, it is kind of fit share video part. And in the owner, we have our information, and this is kind of a generic information. If I execute the step, so now they are giving us the URL to which we have to upload our image. So for that, first we need to download the image from the URL which we have. So in the variable part, you might be remembering, we have the URL. Okay, so now we need to download this image. So for that, we'll come over here. We'll have HTTP node, just kind of a get method. Inside that, paste the image URL which we have in our configure post setting over here. Okay, and the image will be downloaded. As you can see, the image has been downloaded. So if I do the view part, as you can see, it is my image over there. Okay, I don't know why I look so serious. By the way, this is kind of AI generated image. Okay, so now we need to upload this image. Let's come to over here, and from the earlier node, if you remember, in the register image upload, we were having the upload URL. So we need to have a post method, just have the upload URL inside the URL part. Auth part remains the same. In the body part, we need to send the body, but the body content will be kind of an n8n binary file, and the data field name will be data, because in the download image, as you can see, the name was kind of data over there. Okay, and now we'll execute the step. It won't return anything, but the image has been uploaded. Now we need to make the posting. So it will be kind of a post method, the same URL which we are using for the article text over there, and we will be sending the JSON body. Let's open this text. You can write anything, whatever you want, as I have written. Now this is how we automate the image posting. Media category will be image, status will be ready, description, you can write anything. In the media part, if you see the register image upload, we have the asset. This asset will be using over here. Okay, title, you can keep anything. And if I do the execute step, as you can see, it has been shared. If I go to my LinkedIn, if I the refresh, now serious photo has been uploaded of mine. It's cool, right? So let me delete this first. It has been done. Let's now see how does LinkedIn node makes everything easy over here. Okay, so LinkedIn node has its own pros and cons part. So for each different functionality, you can use accordingly. So let me write it. Node type as LinkedIn. Execute step, smart routing, will execute the if part. So now to post using LinkedIn node, we have to do the first, this step will remain same. We need to download the image. As you can see, image has been downloaded. Now inside the LinkedIn node, we have the credential set already. Resource will be post, operation will be create, post as person. Okay, there is an organization, but organization won't work. I'll tell you at the end why organization won't work. Okay, person name will be my name. By the way, organization means you're posting in the company page over there. Okay, whatever you want. Media category will be image, and the binary field is kind of a data which we can see over here. Title will be whatever you want to write. Okay, let's me execute. It has been posted. Let me go and do the refresh. So as you can see, just now this has been posted. Let me delete this, if otherwise some people might get scared. Okay, so yeah, this is done. And now the final part of the video posting. So as you can see in the video posting, we don't have the LinkedIn node over here. That is because inside the LinkedIn node, if you see in the media category, we have only three types: none, article, and image. They don't have the video part. I don't know why. They could easily do this thing, but I don't know why they have not added. But yeah, I'll show you with the HTTP method. This is the same way how we are doing for the image part. Let me change as video, and it will be HTTP. Execute step. Let's come over here. First step will remain the same, getting the information. We got the information. Second step, we need to register the video part over there. So in the JSON part, earlier it was kind of a fit share image. Now it will be fit share in video over here. Owner, it is me. Okay, execute the step. We got everything same. Upload URL, assets over here, which we'll be using in the later part of node. Now we need to download the video. Let me execute the step. The video has been downloaded. If I view it, this is the video which we are going to publish. Yes, this is done. And now we need to upload video file. So everything remains same over here. The method will be post. Now we need to have a URL. This URL we got from the register video upload. As you can see, we have the upload URL over here. We'll be using this upload URL. Okay, and the auth part we already sorted out. And now in the body part, we need to send the n8n binary file, and in the input data field name will be data. Let me execute the step. So now as you can see, there is no output. It means it has been uploaded over there. So now it's time to make the post. So inside the post part, everything remains same. I think now you must have got the gist and everything. The method will be post. URL is the same. And in the JSON part, so now we have the category as video, text, whatever you want. Media we'll get from the asset part, from the registered upload. We have the assets we'll be using over here. Title is there and the visibility is public. Let me execute the step. As you can see, it is successful. If I go to my LinkedIn, refresh. So as you can see, the video has been properly uploaded. So let me delete it first. Let me delete. Yeah. So as you can see, we have covered all the type of different posting over here. So there is one more thing. So this everything has been done. So you can get this workflow from my school community as I showed you earlier. Okay. And the resource part, you can see the developer LinkedIn page over there. Okay. And one more thing. So this is the posting which we are doing in the personal feed account. So if you want to do the posting in the company page, you need the organization access. So for that, if I show you in the app part, if I go to the product, so we have access to only these two apps. If I want to do the posting on the organization part for this advertising API, we need to have the access. We need to fill the form which they will give us. They will ask for us the use case and how we'll treat this API. And then accordingly, they will review our request and they will grant you the access. So if I show you, if I go to my product, if I go to my app, I have this test app. If I go to the products, you can see I have the access to this API over there. So if I use this product and do the posting in the page part, I can do it. If I show you, let me do the one thing. Let me open the auth. I have all the information over here. I can do one thing. I can go to OAuth 2.0, create new access token. I can create an access token. So as you can see in the earlier part, we only had the 4 scope over here. But now I have multiple scopes over here, which have the organization scope as well. These scopes allow me to post on the company page. So let me tick everything. Request access, complete the signing part. As you can see, I have got the access token. Let me copy it. Let me go to the LinkedIn. Let me show you in one of the kind of a LinkedIn node. Let me open it. So earlier we were not using this organization part. If you were to use it, you would have got an error. If I show you, let me choose organization. To get this organization URL, go to LinkedIn, open the company page. You will get this kind of a URL. Copy that URL. Come over here and paste the URL over there. Now we'll get an error over here. Let me make it kind of a text. It will be kind of a LinkedIn. And now this is done. Let me come over here and now do the posting part. Now we'll get an error. So as you can see, organization permission must be used when using organization as author. So for that, we'll create a new credential. And now we need to have this redirect URI. Copy this URI. So as you can see in the URI part, I already have this URI part. Okay. And now I need to copy this kind of client key and the secret. I'll paste this client key and the secret and I'll connect my account. So as you can see, it is asking me everything. It is asking me for the organization as well. Let me allow, let me name it kind of LinkedIn account, organization, and done. Save. Okay. Now this is done. Now what we need to do, as you can see, now everything has been done properly. Everything has been set up. Now let me execute the step. Now as you can see, it is successful. So now if I go to my company page, let me view as a member. So now as you can see, the post has been made. The now post has been made on my company page and not on my personal feed account. So this is how you can make the posting on the company page as well. But for that, as I told you, so you will be needing advertising API product over there. Just made a request, just fill the form properly and give the proper use case and they will accept it. And then you can do the posting on company page as well. I hope you like the video because this video has took a long time to make and it was the most requested video. So I hope you like the video. Please press the like button, subscribe to my channel. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.